we're going to want to take the ruler and we want to place it down to where it's perfectly aligned and parallel with the cars right there. And after we have it perfectly aligned and all that, I'm going to take the cars off the track. And I kind of moved it here. Alright. Alright, but after you got that, you want to take your Sharpie again and draw the line for the pit road inside wall. Okay. Perfectly like that. And now the next step is to add the garage area. So we're going to want to move our computer or whatever device that you guys are using to draw your, to get your references from Google Maps. What you want to do next is that you want to take your Sharpie marker, whatever you're using. I recommend the Sharpie mostly because you can see the lines a lot better. And with some markers, they tend to fade away after some time, or if you accidentally touch them, the ink will rub off on your hand. So I think a Sharpie is the best way to do it, especially on cardboard like this. But yeah, next step is that we want to look at our image on Google Maps. Now it's not in frame for video, but I can see it, and it's practically just a square, but I'm just going to kind of make it flow with the curve a little bit, and do the same thing for the other turn as well. So what I'm going to do is that I want to make sure that there's enough room to put the grass and paint the grass in. So I'm going to do this. Put a slight curve right there. Then drag it along and have that there. So now that that's done, we're going to do the same thing for this side, which you can't see that well. And then align them with the ruler again. Now, we have not seen me use the other materials yet in this video, mostly because they are not needed yet. So, take a ruler, press it down so it doesn't move, take the Sharpie, and drag it along the ruler until it lines up with this line. Straighten it out just a little bit. So you need to say that in the frame. And then get it over there. Oh, it hit Keselowski's car again. Are you serious? I think we're good. Oh well, Bellini's car. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. Alright. This is the second time the ruler has hit the Penske cars. Anyways, so we look on this track, you can see that the outline is finished. The track's racing surface is there, the infield grass, that. Then we just need to put in the grass in the turns, and then we are good. So in turns 1 and 2, if we look at the image on Google Maps, we can see that it's not just one patch of grass. It is 2 patches of grass separated in the turn, and we can see there's a big gap between them. So what I'm gonna do is that at the edge right here, As you can see in that one right there, I'm gonna do that same effect. So I'm gonna do with that. I'm gonna do that, like you see in the Google Maps. Drag along, and then carry it through. Now, what I'm gonna do here is that I'm actually gonna take my cars again, and I'm gonna make sure that it's at least one. It's the width of the car away from the apron, so it's not like a little pinch of asphalt there. And there we go. So now I'm just gonna add a bit of the rest of the outline, and then I will cut back over to the other side. Actually, no, the other half of this grass. So now we have that batch of little grass, and now if you look on that right there, you can see that it kind of curves coming off of pit road. So there's a little line, a little roadish kind of thing, so they can come off pit road, and we can see little rumble strips right there, which I'm pretty sure are yellow, so we can use our yellow paint to make the little rumble strips on there. Add a bit of a little detail. Would be pretty nice. So yeah, I'm gonna add the other little batch of grass and see how that one turns out.
Honestly, if we don't get this money to the telephone company, we're going to cut our phone off. If they cut our phone off, we don't have any internet, TV, or nothing. So I don't know how they've done it, but they sent me a past due notice, and I didn't even know it was past due. Can you please take this up to your mom and tell her that she absolutely has to put that in the Dropbox when she gets off work tomorrow?
Okay. The Dropbox where?
Huh?
Where? What Dropbox and where?
The Dropbox is right in the parking lot, but just before you go into the door of the Sierra Telephone Company to pay the bill.
Okay.
Tell her you just drive through the parking lot, and she'll see the Dropbox, and she don't even have to get out of the car. She just has to roll down her window and put it in the Dropbox.
Okay.
Tell her, please, she has to do that.
Okay.
Okay? Like, if I was driving a car, I would have went down there today and done it.
So now that we have this step right here, nice and done, this little patch of grass outlined and all that, we're going to be moving on to the other side. Now, with this side, I kind of made it a little curved, but in Google Maps, right, if I go up to this other side, you will see that it's just one big patch of grass, which I can just use to my advantage. And instead of using that the little thing I did over here, I can just have that and just extend it just a little bit, and it will be okay. So I'm gonna go quickly do that, and I'll catch back up with you guys. But yeah, this is all done, and now we can get to painting the track. Now the first step that you want to do when you're gonna go paint your track is you obviously want to take the cars off the track. Unless the cars that you want to make into customs, then that's alright. But anyways, what you want to do is that I'm gonna shake up this paint a little bit, and I use I use color sample. The label is kind of just torn. Color samples, paint, and that is the color of the paint. You've probably seen it on the Daytona track, and most likely going to be on all of my other tracks. So, but when you paint these tracks, especially on this kind of cardboard, it will bend, it will curve. So I will give you a solution to that, and I know I haven't really tried it, but if the solution doesn't work for me, then I hope it will work for you. But I will link the video that I got the information from and the little trick from in the description below. So yeah. So first I want to get this cap off of this so we can paint. So I'm going to take the little hammer and lift it up. Alright. We want to take our brush, and then we want to start to paint. Now I'm gonna start off with what I might do is, because since I'm using a bigger brush, I'm probably gonna do the grass first. So I'm just gonna put the cap to this gray paint back on for now, and then take the green acrylic paint. I think it's acrylic. No, craft paint, my bad. But yeah, shake it up and start off with the infield grass on the front stretch. So then pop this off, take the brush, squirt on the paint. I haven't used this green in a while. I've been using a lighter green on my other tracks recently that I've been making. So, yep. Just paint this green on. And when I paint the asphalt on, it's gonna be a little sloppy with the transformation between the grass and the turn because of how big this brush is. But yeah, so just spread it around. Now I only do one coat because one coat is perfect for me. If there's little spots of cardboard that are peeking out on the painted track, then I'm okay with that because it doesn't bother me that much. But I will paint over it if it's really noticeable, but if it's not that noticeable, then I'm okay with it. So yeah, just get that. Come on. A little bit stuck on it. I had some troubles with this bottle before. Okay. Start painting more on. Perfect. Bring that. I'm definitely gonna be cutting out most of the painting parts because there's nothing really much to talk about or to really commentate. So that green, I don't know why I stopped using this green. This green looks really good. I mean, on my Daytona track, all I did was I didn't really use actual acrylic paint. I just used spray paint. Alright, the track has been painted, and you can already see it. It's drying perfectly, and you can see how I decided to do the grass first because I still screw up a lot, especially over there. But as long as I can find like a smaller brush, it will help me a ton. And I can go back and I can get back to making pretty well painted tracks. Now, if I try to lift this up, you will probably see that it's wanting to curve already. It kind of is curving, but in the slightest. But once it is dry, we will see if it decides to bow or curve, whatever you want to call it, or not. But depending if it has or hasn't, then I will show you the technique of how to flatten the cardboard. So yeah, I will get back to you guys as soon as this is all dry. Alright, the paint is finally done drying. You can touch it around and all that, finger walk, all that. So now you can kind of see a bit of a curve. You can't really on this side, but if I take this side, you can see how even if I hold it up in the middle, you can still see a slight curve. It's a little blurry. You can still see a slight curve in it. So I'm going to be showing you the technique to flatten this out. If my phone will focus. There we go. Alright. So yeah. So I'm going to have to set up my tripod real quick. So what you got to do is that you got to flip it upside down. Alright. Now if I can show you how it curved if I just do this. See, it should not be, I should not be able to push down and it's supposed to be popping back up. So, in order to fix that, you're going to need a little squirt bottle filled with water, and you're also going to need heavy objects to flatten this out. So I would, okay, for like a big piece of cardboard like this, I'd probably do a little bit at a time. Like do half of the track, flatten half of the track at first, and then do the other half next. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and find some heavy objects because that's something I forgot to do. So I'll be right back. Alright, I didn't really have anything, I couldn't really find anything heavy except for a couple 3 boxes of sodas, a 12-pack of sodas from our party we had at a lake. And so I'm gonna use that to weigh everything down. So basically, I have a squirt bottle. It's a little big, but all you gotta do is that you gotta spray on very lightly. Okay. You want to take your heavy object, set it down to where it flattens out the cardboard. Just gonna do that. Now I hope this doesn't ruin the paint under it. So just do that. Just move this over. And now we just let the cardboard dry, and once it is dried, we will we'll see if it will work, and if it ruined the paint on the other side, which I really hope it doesn't, and if it does, crap. But yeah, we'll see how this works, and hopefully it goes well. And I'll catch up with you guys as soon as it's dry. Alright, the cardboard is nice and flat now. It's not as curved as it was before. And it's still a little curved over here, but if I put a car over there, it doesn't really affect it that much, so pretty sure it is okay. Everything else seems to be fine, so now we can start applying the walls and the whiteout strips. But I think we should start off with the walls. So get our foam tape right here, and I used a little bit of this already. So I'm gonna take a little white tape off and start lacing it down. Alright. Peel more tape off, more of the white part off, and just lace it on. Nice and perfect. Alright, so there are the walls fully placed on. And I'm just going to roll this up a little bit. Just get this excess white paper off. So yeah, so there it is, fully taped with the foam tape. And it's all around the track, infield, or the garage area. That's all done there. Now the next step is to take this whiteout correction tape and do the pit boxes, outline the grass and the apron. So I'm gonna quickly do that, and oh yeah, and the start finish line too. So yeah. Alright, putting up the walls and putting the white tape is now finished. As you can see, the finished product of Kansas Speedway. I'm still gonna have to print off the logos and place them right there, and then all that. But yeah, other than that, Kansas is finished, and the cars are ready to go racing. So yeah, I am working on New Hampshire race, but my shoulder has been hurting me for a couple of days, so I haven't been working on it, and it may be behind of when it was supposed to be uploaded, but it's gonna be a little bit longer until New Hampshire is uploaded, but I might change the schedule a little bit because of some things. And yeah, well, that's it for this how-to, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.